Presented by Cursed by the Witch. Warning, use headphones before listening to horror podcast story.
The Crawling Shadows is a chilling tale of terror set in a small, isolated town where an ancient darkness begins to seep into the lives of the unsuspecting townsfolk. The story follows a group of people who slowly become aware of the presence of shadowy entities that move and grow, creeping along walls and floors, devouring the light, and feeding off fear. As the shadows close in, reality begins to warp, and those who encounter them are left questioning their own sanity as they face unspeakable horrors. The shadows are more than just a phenomenon, they are a living force, intent on consuming everything in their path. Part 1. The Town of Harrow's End. The story begins in the quiet and unremarkable town of Harrow's End, a place where nothing extraordinary ever happens. It's the kind of town where people leave their doors unlocked and everyone knows each other. The protagonist, Sarah, is a schoolteacher who has recently moved to Harrow's End with her young son, Ben, hoping for a fresh start after the death of her husband. From the moment Sarah arrives, there is something subtly wrong with the town. The air feels thick and oppressive, and at night, the shadows in her house seem to stretch longer than they should, as if they have a life of their own. Her son begins having terrible nightmares of something creeping into his room, but Sarah dismisses it as just an adjustment to the new surroundings. However, her unease grows as she starts to notice that the town is unusually dark, streetlights flicker, and daylight seems to fade faster than normal. Part 2. The first signs. Strange events start to plague Harrow's End. Sarah begins to hear whispers at night, faint voices calling her name from the darkness. Ben insists that there are shadows crawling across his bedroom walls, whispering to him to come closer. At first, Sarah thinks it's just her imagination, but when she sees the shadows herself, moving unnaturally across the floor, she realizes something sinister is at play. Other townspeople start experiencing similar disturbances. Ethan, the local mechanic, begins to notice that the shadows in his garage seem to shift and change shape when no one is looking. His tools go missing, only to be found in the darkest corners of the room, covered in an unexplainable black residue. Margaret, the elderly librarian, claims to have seen figures standing in the shadows of the library at night, but no one believes her, dismissing it as the ramblings of an old woman. The shadows are not just passive observers. They are alive, watching, and waiting. As the days pass, they grow more aggressive. Lights flicker, then fail completely. Rooms are engulfed in darkness, even in broad daylight. People begin to vanish, seemingly swallowed by the darkness itself. Part 3. The Crawling Shadows Awaken. One night, as Sarah tucks Ben into bed, she hears a scratching sound coming from the walls. When she investigates, she finds nothing but faint, moving shadows that seem to follow her every movement. The darkness feels heavy, pressing in on her, and she hears the unmistakable sound of breathing coming from within the walls. Sarah is terrified but refuses to let it control her, until the shadows begin to take shape. The shadows in her home start to crawl, slow at first, like black tendrils snaking along the floor. But soon they become more distinct, twisting into humanoid shapes with long, claw-like fingers and hollow, glowing eyes. They are everywhere, in every corner of the house, creeping closer every night. Ben becomes increasingly disturbed, waking up screaming about the shadow men who come for him when the lights go out. Sarah installs night lights, but they only seem to anger the shadows, making them bolder. As Sarah investigates the history of Harrow's End, she discovers that the town is built on ancient, cursed land. The native people who once inhabited the area had warned settlers about the crawling ones, malevolent spirits that lived in the shadows, feeding off the fear of those who dared disturb the land. Over time, these spirits were forgotten, but the town's dark history was never truly erased. Part 4. The Spread of Darkness. The shadows are no longer confined to homes. They begin to spread throughout the town, engulfing entire streets in darkness. People are too afraid to leave their houses after nightfall, and those who do are never seen again. Ethan is one of the first to fall victim. One evening, as he's locking up his garage, the shadows close in around him, and he is dragged into the darkness, his screams echoing through the empty streets. Margaret, who had tried to warn the town about the shadows, is found dead in the library, her body twisted in an unnatural position, as if she had been running from something. Her face is frozen in a look of pure terror, and the words they are here are scrawled in her own blood across the floor. As panic spreads, Sarah gathers a group of survivors, including her neighbors Jack and Lisa, to try and figure out what's happening. They notice that the shadows only seem to move when no one is looking directly at them, but as soon as they turn their backs, the shadows inch closer. They experiment with light, but nothing seems to stop the creeping darkness for long. The shadows are relentless, and they are growing in number. Part 5. The Descent into Madness. The situation becomes desperate. The survivors are trapped in their homes, surrounded by the crawling shadows. Jack begins to lose his mind, claiming that the shadows speak to him, promising him freedom if he submits to them. One night, the group finds Jack standing in the middle of the street, his eyes wide and empty, as the shadows consume him whole. Lisa tries to escape the town, but as she drives toward the outskirts, she is swallowed by a wave of darkness that engulfs the road, her car vanishing into the black void. Sarah realizes that the shadows are feeding off their fear, growing stronger with each passing moment. The more terrified they are, the faster the shadows spread. But it's too late to stop the terror that has taken root in Harrow's End. Part 6. The Final Stand. With most of the town's population either dead or missing, Sarah and Ben retreat to the attic of their house, the last place where the shadows have not fully taken over. The lights flicker ominously, and the sound of scratching and whispering fills the air. Sarah knows that it's only a matter of time before the shadows find them. As the shadows creep closer, Sarah makes a final, desperate attempt to protect her son. She remembers a passage from the town's history about the crawling ones, that they can be temporarily repelled by the light of a pure flame, but only for a short time. She gathers whatever candles she can find and lights them, creating a fragile barrier of light around her and Ben. The shadows hiss and writhe at the edges of the light, unable to cross, but they are patient. Sarah knows the candles won't last forever, and as they begin to flicker out one by one, she feels the oppressive weight of the darkness closing in. In the final moments, as the last candle dies, Sarah holds Ben close, whispering that everything will be all right. But they both know the truth. The shadows have won. The darkness has consumed Harrow's End. Epilogue: The Town That Vanished. Days later, a search party arrives in Harrow's End after reports that the town has gone completely dark. When they arrive, there is no sign of life, only empty streets and houses, as if the entire town has been abandoned overnight. There are no bodies, no evidence of a struggle, only an eerie silence and the feeling of being watched. The town is declared a ghost town, and no one dares to set foot in it again. The legend of Harrow's End grows, and people speak in hushed tones of the crawling shadows, warning travelers to avoid the cursed town, lest they, too, be swallowed by the darkness. But in the shadows of the empty buildings, something still moves. The crawling ones are waiting, patient and hungry, for the next unfortunate soul to stumble into their domain.
Thank you for watching. Just like and subscribe.